I did my senior nutrition rotation at Revel Communities in Spokane, and one of my main jobs there was to provide nutrition education to the residents and answer any questions that they may have. So, one of the ways that I did this was to do presentations so we could reach as many of them as once as we could. So, this is a presentation that I made while I was there that I thought would be a good one to share for this project. So, this is just nutrition for older adults. I explained to them that nutrition is really in our everyday lives and how it's so important for our bodies. So, why is it so important for our bodies? I really wanted their residents to understand that eating is important. It helps us have energy for our days, it helps us have less fatigue, have energy to be more active, and how what we eat can impact how we feel not only today, but tomorrow and in the future. So, I talked about how nutrition can change with aging and how our lean body mass decreases as we age, our visceral fat increases with age, and how our taste, smell, hunger, and fullness signals and our thirst sensation can lower as we age, and how eating can sometimes become less satisfying. So, how do we combat that? How can we make eating enjoyable again? Something that I heard from so many of the residents there was that they have been dieting since they were 15. Nothing has ever worked. I can't maintain my weight. I'm gaining weight. I'm losing weight. I feel like I heard a lot of things from the residents. So, something that I really wanted to talk to them about was how dieting is not always an amazing way to think about food and how nutrient density can help change their perspectives and help them look at nutrition a little bit differently. I thought it might be refreshing and helpful to some of them. I talked about how nutrient dense foods are a better way to think about food rather than counting calories, and that one size doesn't always fit all. I talked about 5 nutrients that I thought were especially important for older adults. I chose calcium, vitamin D, vitamin B12, fiber, and potassium. And I just went through briefly, talked about what foods all of these nutrients were in and what they are great for us for. So, calcium, it's great for bones. Vitamin D is also great at maintaining our bones. It can also decrease fatigue. B12, we all know that's super important for older adults. Fiber and potassium, it can help lower blood pressure. So from there, I went and I talked about getting enough nutrients and how half of our plate should usually be fruits and vegetables, and how the other half is full of other great things like whole grains and protein and dairy. So I went through all of those food groups and talked a little bit about them. So I went through vegetables, fruits, whole grains, dairy, oils and fats, protein, and I added in liquid because I wanted them to know that there are other ways to drink water other than just drinking water. And I went through healthy snacks because I know a lot of the residents said they didn't know exactly what to buy at the grocery store. They had a hard time coming up with snacks that they actually enjoyed eating. So, this is something I wanted to touch on. Here's just a fun fact about foods that boost our memories. And at Revel, they talk about the 4 pillars for healthy aging. They talked about intellectual, spiritual, physical, and social health. So I talked about what each of these pillars meant to me with nutrition, and they all shared their personal experiences as well. So here's just an additional project that I did for my preceptor at Revel. It was mostly for the wait staff and just having something that showed them about each meal that put a positive spin on each one. So, something like this chicken quesadilla that wouldn't always necessarily be considered the most healthy thing, I try to put a positive spin on it, saying that the protein and calcium are really great for us and really great for keeping us healthy. So, that was their social club menu, and here is their finer dining menu. And again, as you can see, pasta bolognese is not always considered the healthiest thing, but I tried to put a positive spin on it, something that the wait staff could tell the residents. So that was just a little bit about my experience at Revel.